Hi everyone, this is Andy Tech with Check New Tech, and today I've got an exciting unboxing for you. People often ask me what's the best MacBook you can buy in the year 2024, early 2024, so there's still a few that'll be released this year. But I tell them there's no one size fits all. So Apple makes everything from the MacBook Air all the way to the MacBook Pro, iMacs, and even iPads. But if you're looking for a combination of the best value, speed, portability, and performance, there's one model that stands all the way at the top because it's a combination of everything from speed, portability, to price, to performance, and that is the MacBook Air. But not just any MacBook Air, it's the M1 MacBook Air. It's been on a special price ever since the end of last year, I like to say. They offered a great deal of having the M1 version for $749.99. So $750, you get a 13.3-inch MacBook Air, which only weighs 2.9 pounds. It has an M1 processor, and this is really important for one reason. We'll get into it a little later. 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gig SSD, so you have plenty of storage left over. This model also has a True Tone Retina display, so your display is going to be pretty awesome, and it'll adjust the brightness in low light conditions. And there's a lot more features that we're going to go through along with the USB 4 port. So let's go ahead, open this up. We're going to break the seal, and I'm going to show you what the MacBook Air M1 has to offer. Apple always has the best unboxing experiences, so I don't want to miss a beat here. All you have to do is open this up like this. You don't have to rip it apart or anything like that. And that's just a testament to how long Apple takes when they package their products. It's actually something they put a lot of emphasis into. I've talked about this in my previous videos, but they make the unboxing a really fun experience. So that's why I don't really want to stop here. All right, so we're gonna pop this front part off. And here we have everything from the laptop to the charger. So we're gonna lift this up. And here we have the MacBook Air, really small, lightweight. As always, I've used a lot of MacBook Airs and I just love the form factor of this. You have a USB-C to C cable. So this is really important. Apple decided to go with a USB-C charger on the MacBook Air in 2018, and on the MacBook Pros they did in 2016. But they made that change because it's really easy to charge your phone and your MacBook Air because it's 2024 and Apple officially converted to USB-C on their phones as well. So all you need is your MacBook Air charger when you travel, and that'll also charge your new phone. And if you still have a lightning port, you could always get a converter. But that's really nice to have. So we're gonna take a look at the laptop itself. So we're going to open this up and let's take a look at the laptop. Here we go. This is the silver version. So they make the space gray, the silver, and the rose. You've got two USB 4 ports. So I really like these Type-C ports here because number one, they could expand. So if you want a USB-A, you could always buy a hub for it. And number two, it just makes it thin and nice. It's really manageable compared to the old Airs, which had the USB-A ports, which added a little bit more thickness to it. And also you could use either one for charging if you're curious about that. And then on the other side, you have the microphone and headphone adapter. And that's about it. It's a very clean design. So when you open this, it has a small magnetic latch, but it doesn't actually force it down. So it's actually pretty easy to open. You'll notice the biggest change from 2018 and 19 to 2020 was Apple went from the scissor to the butterfly back to the improved scissor keyboard. Now, if you Google 2018 to 2019 MacBook Airs, I don't recommend them anymore because they had the butterfly keyboards, which were notorious for breaking down. And this one has a healthy version of the amount of distance traveled, so it feels comfortable to type on. There's also a bigger trackpad on here, so you notice that this got a little bit larger here, but it doesn't also interfere with the keyboard, which is nice. You've got the speakers on the side, and you've got the Force Touch trackpad, which means there's gonna be no click on it. It's really smooth. All you have to do is tap it with your finger. And let's go ahead and look at this True Tone Retina screen. We've got this with the webcam right on top here. So overall, just the contour of it, the style of it. I know it's classic Apple. They haven't changed too much from the 2018 and 2019, but believe me, the keyboard's much better. And the other reason I recommend this over the 2018, 2019 was the biggest change that Apple made on this laptop itself was they added the M1 silicon processor. So Apple makes their own processor. And the reason that's important is because on the M1, it's the first version of the laptop where you can actually run iPad OS and iPhone apps onto the laptop. So you buy the Intel version, even though they have an i3 and i5 version of this, or even an i7, you cannot run any of the iPad OS or iPhone apps on there. You need the M1 or higher, so you could always get the M2. But the reason the M1 is such a great value is because at $750, it's $250 off the retail of $999. So you're getting 25% off this laptop, and you get a really efficient 8-core CPU, 7-core GPU processor, which is rated for 11 to 15 hours. Now they say 15 to 18, but in true tests, you're going to see closer to 11 to 15 hours, which is still way more than you need for an entire day. So if you want to leave your charger at home, take this to work. You're not going to run out of battery for the most part, unless you're working more than 12-hour days, and you're doing really processor intense applications. But even then, someone probably has a charger around. But for the most part, you'll be good to go. So I really like this laptop for those reasons. This is the